Welcome to the first episode of Real Talk, Real Business. First off, I want to get to Happy Veterans Day. Every vet that served for me, thank you very much. I appreciate it. My first guest is a two-time all-conference, 15.6 points college player, TBL champ, two-time tryout for NBA teams such as the Knicks, Hornets, only D1 player, scholarship player in Gloversville High School history. Brought our local college, FMCC, back to its roots. My guest, Ej Gallup. How you doing, brother?
What's going on, man?
I'm just chilling, trying to do what's right.
Yeah.
So my first question for you, Mr. Gallup, is how old was you when you first started picking up a basketball?
Oh, man. I would say probably like 5 or 6, you know?
5 or 6 years
Yeah,
old?
5 or 6. My grandparents' house on Fifth Ave. We had a little hoop in the back. And
Okay.
I think it was back then, man. Yeah.
5 or 6
5
years
or 5
old?
or 6, yeah.
Who inspired you to play basketball? Who was one of your favorite basketball players growing up?
Oh, dude, I mean, MJ for everybody. Jordan
MJ?
was it. Jordan was it. But, like, when I was a kid, man, my grandmother would play ball with me out in the back. Shoot, my grandmother raised me a lot, and I would be with her a lot. So we would always be playing ball out back. But, like, once I got old enough to recognize, like, who was who, obviously,
Yeah.
same for you. I'm sure, like, most guys our age, dude, Jordan was everything.
Jordan was a man.
Yeah.
Jordan was a man.
Still a man.
Still, yeah,
know?
still. So what do you think about the comparisons to LeBron and Michael Jordan?
So, when I played overseas, I was really lucky. I played with LeBron's 2 best friends when I was overseas in Germany.
Okay.
And I got to work some LeBron camps when I was playing overseas, and he was still with the Cavs. He wasn't with the Heat yet. But we got to play pickup at night with LeBron, and, like, I've been around him a couple of times. We played pickup. He's always been cool with me. Like I said, I'm friends with his friends, but, like, Jordan's the guy, man. I love LeBron. He's number 2 for me.
For number 2?
He's number 2, but you just can't top MJ, dude. I think it has to do with, like, how old we are and how we watched him coming up.
Absolutely,
And,
absolutely.
I don't know. It's just something about MJ, man. He just did it, and he was way cooler than everybody when he was doing it.
Gotcha. I like how you said you was around your grandmother a lot. That was something that I was around. Unfortunately, I had one of my parents passed away, so I was with my grandma. She really put that basketball in me, put other sports into me, saying it was a good thing. So I'm glad that we at least got something in common.
Yeah, man. Your grandmother was a great lady. In our community. In our schools.
Yes.
Your grandmother was a great lady. She was a huge basketball fan.
Absolutely.
Everybody that came through Gloversville our age, remembers your grandmother. Yes. She was a very nice lady.
I appreciated it.
Yeah.
Now, I got to say this. Going to Gloversville and being in the high school, watching you play, where did you get the skills from? Because when I was in high school, we never really seen you. Did you go to AAU program for a year, got nicer then, and that really helped you? Or what really got your game to that point where people say, yo, you take out, there's a problem?
I think well, even before that, man, I don't know if you remember, but you were a little bit younger, but, like, I was always the youngest dude around, like, at the cage, at the park,
Yeah.
I would be 10, 11, 12 years old at night shooting out there, like,
wow.
Probably not where all kids should be when they're 10 years old, but, like, absolutely, I had people that were around the cage or around the park that would, like, look out for me, and it was cool for me to be around. And then, like, in the wintertime, I would go to the Y.
Okay.
And, like, the old men's, like, old pro league, those dudes would let me in there and, like, do the clock. And, like, I would be in the Y on a school night until, like, 9, 10 o'clock. My mom was a waitress, you know what I mean? So, like, it was a safe place for me to be.
If you were being, so you were safe because you were around everybody. Oh, that's
so I think just when I was really young, dude, I was around all the time. I was always around hoops, and, like, people around the community would look out for me, and I was always safe to be wherever I was. And then, from there I started playing travel ball, and then, like, like 6th grade traveling team.
I remember
when
that
we first started getting out of town.
The YMCA, the old YMCA days, yes.
And then, from there, I went to, like, Albany. I started going to Albany Capitals. I played with the Troy Pacers for a little while when I was younger.
You was out there with the City Rocks.
So then playing with them kind of led me into playing with the City Rocks. Like,
oh, nice.
When you're from Gloversville, it's still, they kind of think of, like, you can't play with the guys from Albany or whatever. So I had to prove myself with, like, quote unquote the smaller AAU teams first, and then I got on with the City Rocks, and then from there it was was over. It was like, I was playing against some of the best competition in the country, like in the summertime. So then, like, I would come home and play Gloversville. It felt like I was, ready to rock.
Cakewalk.
Yeah.
What was how was that ride? I was it 1 or 2 years that you guys went to the Civic? How was that ride at Gloversville High School when you guys went all the way that far? Because I remember as my grandmother being alive, I used to be there watching you guys, and then my team never got there.
Yeah.
So how was that ride?
It was great. I mean, my sophomore year, I played varsity, obviously. We had a really good team, and I didn't play a whole lot of minutes for being a sophomore. I didn't play a lot, but we were like number 1 in the section, and we actually got upset before we got to the Civic Center. So then, kind of like going into my junior, senior, I knew it was kind of going to be more my team, and I was going to play a lot of minutes and stuff like that. So junior year, we got there. We played 2 games, or no, we played 1 game. So we played at Ualbany, and then we played at the Civic Center. We got beat. And then my senior year, we were ranked like top 3 to 4 in the state all year. We got to the Civic Center. We won the Foothills. We were like top 5. Let's just say we're top 5 in the state, and then Glens Falls was also top 5 in the state the whole year. So we split with Glens Falls. We beat them at home, lost to them at their place, and then our third game was going to be at the Civic Center.
Yeah.
So we both won in our semifinal game, and then we played Glens Falls in the championship in Glens Falls at the Civic Center.
I remember this.
Sold out, and
I remember this. Yes, this was.
Man, we just didn't play that well, and we lost.
Yeah.
And to this day, like, people ask me, like, what's the hardest game or the toughest game you ever played, or like one game you wish you would have won?
Yes.
And there's always that one, man. Like, I got to play in huge games. I got to play in world famous arenas in front of tens of thousands of people. But like, if I could trade one,
that was the
Glens
one.
Falls one, man. Yeah.
I think that was my one too.
Yeah.
I think 2 years after you left, it was me, Eric Cusel, Mike Brown, Steve Jennings.
Yeah.
We weren't ranked, but we was number 2.
Yeah, I remember that group. Yeah.
And we got skip the first round, came back the second round. All we had to do was win 1 game. And I lost to a team that was in the Amsterdam and all that. And I watched them play earlier on in that year. And that's what made me so mad, because I watched them play. And I even told Mr. Lange, I was like, I know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they did. And I think they were the 7th seed. And then boom, I never got a chance. That's why I wanted to ask you.
It was cool. For us, everybody around here, like, giving to the Civic Center is a cool.
Oh, it's a big,
It's a cool thing. And like, we lost to Glens Falls, and I've been, I've seen a lot of, playing in like men's leagues and things around here for fun. Like, when I got older, I would see some Glens Falls dudes, and I'd be like, you're not beating me. Never.
That's a fact.
I'm never losing another Glens Falls guy in anything. And, I'm friends with Jimmer and like Glens Falls people. So like, it's always been a thing where like that game's always bothered me. But it's a fun rivalry.
It's a fun rivalry.
Gloversville's always been known to have a rivalry with Johnstown, but like,
I think
we didn't really, like, no disrespect, but like we're close, like the next town over, but like Johnstown never really messed with us in basketball.
No.
So like Glens Falls was always our rival, like our real rival that like we had really good battles with. So they got us on that day for sure.
So after your high school days, all that stuff, how was it going D1? Where'd you go first? Ualbany?
Yeah, well, after high school, I did a year at prep.
Okay. How was that experience going from prep to college?
Yeah, so
can you inform me on that?
Yeah. The year of prep, honestly, man, like, I did a lot of good things in high school, and like I was a good local player in high school. But when I went to prep, I was like it was everybody on my team was like either a scholarship player or a college player for a whole year. And like that year turned me into who I was when I went to college. Like, I left Gloversville as a good player, but when I went to prep and I came back from prep was when I was really, really ready for college. So got me ready. I went right into Ualbany, and then got to start every game at Ualbany. I got to set a bunch of records at Albany. They threw me right in the fire, and I played a lot of minutes, and had big games against Syracuse and Siena, all those type of things. So, but definitely prep school was big, because just getting a year older and stronger and quicker and faster, and then learning different things about the game. That was a big advantage for me going into college, for sure.
What do you think was your best game in college after high school? Man. What do you think was your best that you got to start? You got to get your minutes and know that you was really part of this college level. You was really that.
It's like like knowing that you're there or whatever.
Yeah.
Honestly, man, I think it was pretty early in my freshman year. We played at Syracuse at the Carrier Dome. I had a couple of good games early, like against smaller schools, but we played against Syracuse, and I think I had like 20.
Cool.
And like from being from around here, Syracuse is everything. So
no, absolutely. Yeah.
When we played there and I played well there, I was like, I was pumped about that forever, man. Like, that's who we grew up watching.
That's one of the colleges that we all have on our bucket.
Yeah.
That we want to.
Yeah, my family's, my grandparents are from Syracuse. My mom's from Syracuse. So like after that game was like, man, I can really do this. You know what I mean? Like I'm super confident. And after that game, my confidence really grew.
Really grew. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
How was it trying out for the NBA? How many loops did you have to go through? How was it? And did you see any of the famous basketball players that you think I know, not at the tryouts, but come into the tryouts and be like, blah, 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 blah?
Oh, yeah. So it was...
You tried out for you tried out for the Knicks and the Hornets, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. It was crazy, man. So I had already been overseas, so like you go... Basically,
matter of fact, excuse me, I'm jumping. We're jumping all over. Yeah. How was the overseas part before the NBA? How was the overseas going to the overseas?
Yeah.
How was that experience with the basketball and all that?
So it was, it's basically the easiest way to explain it is like you play high school and then like everyone gets bigger, faster, and stronger. Then you go to college, and then if you get to move on from college, then everyone gets bigger, faster, and stronger. You go to the pros. And then if you go overseas, then try to go to the NBA, then everyone is bigger, faster, stronger again. So it's just like a constant like jump in like the size and the speed and the athleticism of guys. That's kind of like the biggest difference. Like, for example, like in college, I could go to the bucket and get to the rim and get to the lane and try to make a play.
Yeah.
Like overseas, everyone gets bigger. It was kind of harder for me to get into the lane and like make a play.
So in your opinion, do you think it's harder overseas to play ball than it is here in the United States? Not to play ball. The way that the basketball.
No, because then like, for example, like I was playing overseas and like at pretty high levels, and then like I had the NBA. I had a couple of NBA workouts, and like when I went to those workouts, like I was miniature, like I'm tiny. Now all of a sudden I'm tiny on the floor. I'm 6'4", so like college I had decent size. Overseas I wasn't like super, I wasn't big, but I wasn't like, tiny.
Yeah.
But when I got to the NBA tryout, when I went to the Knicks tryout, it was like I couldn't even get in the lane. Like you go in the lane, it's like 6'8", 6'10", 7 foot. Everyone can move. So like I'm just a shooter now. I'm just on the perimeter, and that's the only thing I'm doing. So like, it's kind of like figuring out like, what you're good at, what your role is going to be.
Yeah.
How if I'm a shooter, like now how can I get my shot off like here with these type of players and all that stuff. So the biggest thing, man, is just like size and strength and athleticism and like figuring out roles when you move from one level to the next was the biggest thing. And to answer your question, like during my tryout, it was like a workout. It was like a 3-day workout, but Amari was there. Amari just signed with the Knicks.
Oh, okay.
It was a year before Melo came in with the Knicks, and there was other guys like in there working out at the practice facility.
Oh, that's nice. There you go.
Yeah, man. So for me, again, always like think about like just being a kid in Gloversville, dude. Like I grew up right here. I played at the Y my whole life. So like to me, it was always like I'm representing like Gloversville. It was always my thing. Like I just wanted to represent like my family, my friends, and like people from Gloversville. So like, to get to those spots, like play at Syracuse, play at North Carolina, play at Georgetown, all these places, and then get to go overseas and play. And then like now like I'm wearing a Knicks jersey trying out. It was like, it was all crazy for me, man. It wasn't something that I, ever really thought was going to be possible or like could really happen because no one really did it before me.
That's a fact. Yeah.
I got to do it, man, and I just tried to represent everyone as best I could.
Yeah, you did a very good job. So what made you what made you want to coach the TBT?
Yeah, so to be honest with you, the TBT was so crazy because like this is really high levels, NBA guys. Like
that was my second part.
really, guys making millions of dollars. And I was at the end of my career. Like TBT kind of came along when I was at the end of my career. I was in my late 30s.
Yes.
So just for like Jimmer and those guys to even give me a roster spot, which I got to, I would come in off the bench, hit some threes, and go back. You know what I mean? So I wasn't at the level of these guys then because I was kind of older, and I definitely wasn't making the money that they were. So I got to play with them, and then they were turning. They could have signed anybody they wanted at the time. Jimmer's playing, and like they can get anybody they want. So like at that point, I'm like, I know that like they can just go get someone that's in their 20s and who's making $1 million a year overseas, and like he's a better option than I am at this point in my career.
Okay.
So it was just like I was moving down the bench like in playing time, and I was like, I just was like, I can coach, I can do this, like I can coach this team, and they gave me the shot. And they allowed me to go right from playing to being the head coach, man, and it was crazy. So then same thing. I was playing with the Patroons here at home. I was in my late 30s. I got to play till I was 38, which is
nice. That's
a long time.
That's a long time for somebody.
Yeah. So I played with the Patroons, and then the job came open at FM, and they so I got to go right from playing right to be a head coach.
To being the head coach.
So it was a blessing for me for sure.
Got a question for you.
Yeah.
With being part of the TBT and being that thing for Floyd Mayweather's team.
Yeah.
Were you ever eligible to see him, talk to him on a phone or anything? Yeah. And how was that conversation? And how is Floyd?
So I never talked to him in person. He would do Zoom calls with us, and his his nephew, very close friend of his was on our team, Jordan Crawford. Yes, so that was our connection with Floyd and sponsoring our teams. But obviously at the time, like Floyd is a huge name, a worldwide brand in the money team and that kind of stuff. So it was really cool. Again, another experience for me, like just to be able to represent that brand and represent what they had going on. He would do Zoom calls with us. Obviously he's the same type of dude that you see on interviews, and like, he's very, he's very confident, and like, he's loud. He's going to tell you how he feels, and he expects a win. He expects wins. He doesn't. Floyd Mayweather isn't the type of dude that wants to lose. You know what I mean? And so that part of it was cool, man. It was just cool to represent that type of brand. It was just another experience for me that was really cool.
How was it coaching those athletes? You ever get into some little scuffles with them saying anything? With them? With them,
no,
with them being like, I'm better than you. You calm down. You're the coach. That's the reason why you coach now. You're not on the bench.
That was honestly, to be honest with you, man, that was probably the coolest part. Was like the dudes. When you're a coach, you never really know how guys are going to react to you.
Yes.
Especially dudes at that level. It's like these dudes are they got millions of dollars playing ball.
Yeah.
Some of them been in the NBA, and some of them are making millions of dollars overseas. So like, they could easily be like, hey man, I'm not listening to you.
You know what I mean? But
it was always really cool for me and gave me a lot of confidence as a coach that they kind of like reacted and they took my advice. With those type of dudes, it's like give and take. Like you get ideas from them, they get ideas from you. So that was really cool. It's always been really cool in TBT that those guys have kind of showed me the respect to at least give them, say what I got to say.
Yeah.
And then they can, that's the thing about professional athletes and like dudes who make it that far is like they're all respectful. Like, it's not cool. Like, kind of you people start thinking that like, these dudes are all like prima donnas.
When you get a little bit of money.
Yeah. It's never really been my experience, man. They've always been really cool with me, and that's been really cool. The respect, like back and forth. So that's been really nice.
How was it? How did you get the opportunity to coach FMCC? How did that come apart? What made you want to coach FMCC?
Well, for me, it was like it was home, right? It's only like 5 minutes from the house, so I moved back to Gloversville. I was doing some TV and radio, and I just got done playing with the Patroons, and I didn't really know if I wanted to coach yet. And then I've always been FM's right up the road, so I'd play up there, work out up there, whatever. I was friends with Coach Collar. Was there? He was leaving. He was going to go back to Gloversville, and then I'm friends with Kev Jones, who's the AD. And the job,
he's still out there.
Mr. Jones? He's the AD. Okay. So it was just Kev was like, are you interested in taking over as head coach? And I was like, yeah, let's do it. So that's how, it was kind of an easy thing, just being home and like being right there, and it was great. Scotty Perillo, my brother-in-law, and one of my best friends, played at Gloversville, and he got to
P
coach
Diddy,
with me.
P
And
Diddy, my guy.
TJ Sesky was my assistant, and he
Okay.
played at Amsterdam. We won a
Yeah.
state championship in football. So it was awesome for me because I could do this with the people that I grew up with, and like I
Nice.
could kind of build my own staff. Obviously, Todd Wheaton was with us, and he was one of my
Wheat
assistant
dog.
coaches. Yeah, so it was awesome, man. It was really cool. It was a great way for me to start like my college
Your
career
college.
and like college coaching career.
Yeah.
Was at FM just because I had complete control over everything. Like you got to do everything when you're up there. So I learned a lot, and we had a lot of success. It was great.
How was the recruiting process? How does that go? I mean, I remember when I got recruited, and it was college out in Vermont. I forgot
Southern Vermont.
T.A. Canty.
Oh, St. Michael's,
Maybe one of those things.
Yeah.
So how was that recruiting process? How was it as a coach?
Yeah.
Obviously, you're getting good players there because you're winning.
Right.
You're being ranked now.
Yeah.
Is that more pressure on you as a coach being ranked, being able to get that recruiting class back up in there?
That's the thing with junior college, man, is very tough. I mean, when I went in there, it was pretty tough to get some players. And then after I kind of got there, we won some games, and then like after you win some games, then it gets easier to get players, right?
Yeah.
And then you win more, and you get more players and stuff like that. So, I think for me, like recruiting, it was a lot based on my playing career. Like I could tell the kids, like, yo, this were my experiences, and this is what I can help you with. So as the years went on and we won more, it was easier and easier. Now it isn't, don't get me wrong, it wasn't easy as far as like, you got to recruit, to the school and to upstate New York where it's snowing and it's cold and kids can go south or whatever the deal is. So, it's tough, man. That's the nature of the game is like recruiting and like, at the end of the day, like if you're coming to play for me, then you got to believe in me that I can help you get where you want to go. So I think like, for me, that was all I could do was be like, yo, we're going to win games and I'm going to try to help you get where you want to go. Same way that I did.
Yes.
Guys all have their own dreams and what they want to do. So, being a player and wanting to be a player's type of coach is like, support the dudes and also win games,
Yes. Was there any, and could you tell me, did you bring anybody to the next level?
Yeah, we've had a bunch, man. We had probably like
15. And if you could tell me the place where they went?
Yeah, we had probably 15. I don't know. I don't know the exact number, but 10 or 15 kids in my 4 years that went on to 4-year schools. And just last year we had 2 Division II scholarship kids. Can you go around? Tell them. So we've sent a bunch of kids different places. Scholarship places, from a Division III JUCO, it's not easy to get kids scholarships. We went to back-to-back national championship tournaments. We won the regional title first time. We did a lot of things that the school did first time in a long time. So that obviously helped. And I got a kid that just played on ESPN last night. He played against Radford on ESPN, and he's starting point guard at a Division II school right now.
Nice, congratulations!
So that stuff is cool to be able to see that type of stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. So I take a lot of pride in like where I'm sending kids and how I'm helping kids.
What made you want to come? Obviously, you was born here. What made you want to come back here and pour money back in the Glover Zone and see what's right? I mean, obviously because of like how we was talking off camera. Well, it's nothing bad about the YMCA. We could bring that up here. The YMCA used to be right here on State Street. It got moved. A lot of kids couldn't make it that way. How do you feel about that movie?
As we talked about, like the YMCA raised me, man. I was in the YMCA all the time, and it was right here downtown. It was right on Fulton Street, Fulton and Main. I thought that it was a big hit to the city when the Y moved outside of the city. I think that like for kids like me and you, we grew up walking to the Y. You didn't need a ride, and you could get there all the time. And like to be honest with you, even if you didn't have a membership, maybe they'll let you in for the day for $1 or
the day pass.
Yeah, man. Like,
I know y'all remember about the day pass.
Or like, hey, help me clean up around here and get in for the week or whatever. Things like that. So that was big, and I think that when the Y left, I think it left a big hole in downtown Gloversville. I think it was a bad thing for Gloversville. I think that like I understand why they moved out to where they did, but like for the kids in Gloversville, I think it definitely hurt. But what are you gonna do? I mean, for me, so I moved back. I was able to buy this building here, and then kind of reinvest back into downtown Gloversville. We do workouts here. We do leagues here. So, he's taping. So, it's a way for me to kind of give back to the community, and that guy, kids like me, kids like us that want a place to come in and shoot and work out or whatever. Now they can do that here. My family's owned a place in downtown for 50 years or whatever. So maybe I'm a little bit of a sucker for that, for coming back and like wanting to, give back to the city and give back to the town and the kids. So, it's been good for me, man. It's, I'm happy to see kids and and at the end of the day, man, if you're keeping kids out of trouble and they're playing in the gym and they're into sports and, they're staying out of trouble. Right.
Yes,
So it's like,
absolutely.
it's a win-win.
How's your demo thing doing? I see you
racing.
Yeah, you're racing. How was that going? I see you on. I see little things here and there.
Yeah. Well, it's crazy, man. It's like, the racing world and like the basketball world don't mix. Like it's not like they don't mix, but like no, it's not like a lot of people that like do basketball and do racing.
Yeah.
So still, like I've been racing for like 4 years, and people are like, they don't believe that it's me that's driving. They think like I maybe I own the car and someone else is driving.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty cool. It's two different worlds. It's definitely it's exciting and it's crazy as you think it would be.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. It's a cool hobby for me. It's a way to get away from basketball for a little bit and do something fun.
I'd like to come watch you one of these times.
Yeah, man, it's fun.
How was it being a father?
Yeah,
how was it having a little girl?
Yeah. It's as you know, man.
And how old is she now?
Yeah, she's Rosie. She's 2. She'll be 3 in July, so she's 2.5.
Yeah.
But it changes everything, man. As you know.
Tell me about it. Yes.
For the better. I mean, I didn't have her until I was 42 years old.
That's why I'm asking. How was fatherhood, brother?
So, man, I love it. I love just being home.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I maybe turned down some opportunities because like nothing's more important for me than being home right now. I love being home. I love being home every day. Coming home and seeing her every night.
Put a smile on your face.
Yeah, man. So,
even if the woman don't got a smile, the baby got a smile.
Yeah. Right. My whole life I got to do whatever I wanted to do. Right.
Yeah.
Like basketball took me all these places, and I always got to say yes and do whatever I wanted to do at all times.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be able to like want to say no and like just be home. So it's everything for me. She's the most important thing, for me, and she's obviously my motivation going forward. But yeah, it's great.
Where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years from now, E?
Man, that's a good question, dude. Well, I'm doing the prep school in Myrtle Beach, post-grad prep school in Myrtle Beach, where I'm gonna, so I've obviously moved on from FM, and
that's a new link.
Yeah,
new thing right there. There you go.
Yeah. So we're gonna start playing next year. So I'll be recruiting starting in December.
Nice.
Obviously, that's where all my focus is. 10 years down the road, maybe, hopefully, I'll get back into the college game, maybe the Division I level, or, whatever. You never know what happens. I've been doing Team USA stuff with Jimmer. I got on the coaching staff with them. So I don't know, man. The basketball is taking me on a crazy ride, bro. It's taking me places that I never expected to be, and hopefully it keeps on going that way.
Okay, I got. What I'm gonna do is first, I'm gonna give you your flowers, E. While you can smell them, bro. While you're alive, bro. I see the videos of you coaching the kids on your own time, bro. And I respect that. It doesn't have to be. People usually want to charge. I understand it. Some people charge money, some people don't. From what I'm hearing from people, you like to do it on your own time. Like to bring kids out. And I wanted to tell you that I respect you from when my daughter was hard on basketball, that you actually gave me the opportunity to bring my daughter in there and you give her. So I respect you for that, E. Thank you very much. So my very last question for you, my brother, is, and I know, so you can't tell me that you don't, what are your top 3 shoes of all time?
Oh, man.
And I got to write this down because I know E got it. What are your top 3 shoes of all time? I think you're going to say one because I remember you in high school wearing them, and I got them because you did.
Patent leather Jordans.
The what?
Patent leather, the
regular. Oh, the 11s?
11s. Patent leather 11s.
Patent 11s. Okay.
And from high school, I loved the Iversons. Iverson.
Swear to God, I was gonna say that
Yeah.
because I got him from him when
Yeah.
he had him. The Allen Iversons.
Man,
Okay, Ira Iverson with the
those
three
Iversons with the ankle braces were so cool back in the day.
with the ankle
man.
braces. Yep.
Yeah.
One more, Mr. Gallup. One more shoe that you got to
Well,
put on
so
your
now
top
it's
three.
like as
Yeah.
a coaching them, I'm just all about Air Maxes, dude.
The Air Maxes, they keep them comfortable.
Yeah, I just like a nice pair of clean Air Maxes when I'm coaching. But it's crazy, like we haven't worn Reebok since the Iverson tips that we wore in
Yeah, some tips.
the
Yeah.
colored tips. But any Jordans, dude, are always sweet.
Percy, you want to hit stop on that? All right. Thank you very much, E. Thank you for the
You're
interview.
welcome, man.
First
Thanks for coming,
episode.
bro.
Thank you very much, brother. I appreciate it.